Let's
Okay.
do that. Go live. Oops. Why does it do that? It makes me do it twice now for some reason.
I think it makes me do it twice too. It's kind of annoying.
Super annoying. I am here with my dear friend and client, Michelle. It's Friday. We're hanging out. She's at her daughter's dance, which is so fun. This is like moms working on the go. Am I right? Like
Yes.
multitasking queens. Michelle, tell us about you and your business and what you're all about and like what you're passionate about.
So I am Michelle. I am 32, I think. Yeah,
Oh, what?
31. 31.
I can't play that game because I never know how old I am either.
I never thought I would forget my age until I actually turned 30 and then I just stopped remembering.
You don't remember anymore.
No. My husband and I, we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary next month.
Oh, happy
Yeah.
anniversary.
Thank you. And then I have 3 kids, my son, Michael, who is 8, my daughter, Mariella, who is 6, and my other daughter, Millie, who is 3. So I've been a stay-at-home mom for 8+ years now, 9 years, something like that. And I just started working again in December. I started being a private nanny for just one baby, and that's actually going to end next month when summer break happens. And she's going to go into daycare, and I actually am going to go full time with my business. I won't have to actually go back to work because I'll be making enough. So it's pretty exciting. What I do is I sell supplements. I sell a drink and a capsule combo, and they help people with like weight management, overwhelming feelings. It helps with sleep and energy, focus, mood, all the things. It's helped people lose tons and tons of weight. My personal friend has lost actually over 50 pounds. She looks like a totally different person. So for my big thing is like helping people feel the best they can. And then the second thing is like helping moms like stay home with their kids. And with the economy being the way it is, it's hard to do that with just one single income. So helping them say, hey, look at network marketing. I'm doing things different. We don't bug friends and family. We don't do any of that old school way. And I'm now 14th in the whole company with new customers just this month. So it's just really cool to like go from nothing. Yeah, I know. Brittany knows, like I was like in the closet with network marketing. I've done it since when I was pregnant with my son. He's gonna be 8 in a couple weeks. And I've I've had success, but it hasn't been consistent. And so in December, I kind of was like making the decision, like, okay, January 1st, like I'm gonna do this. And that's when I decided to say, hey, Brittany, let's work together. And ever since, I've had gotten better every single month. And now I'm on the global leaderboard, and it's just really cool to be making a good income and say, wow, by the end of summer, I'm gonna be like surpassed my goal. So
Yes. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. You homeschool, yes?
I did homeschool up until this year. They now
Yeah.
go to public school. Yeah,
But when we had our session last week, we had a conversation about private school, did we not?
we did. So I actually am making enough to have the option to send them to private school. But I
That's
think
amazing.
what we're going to do is keep them in the public school they're in because of the small town we have. It doesn't have as many resources, but I am going to be sending my daughter to a very upscale private preschool.
I
So
love that. See, this is the thing when it comes to like money. When you have the resources, you have options, right? You're not backed into a corner where you're like, I have no alternatives. I have to do this, even though it doesn't sit right with me, or I don't want to, or I'm uncomfortable. When you're out there doing the work and making the money that you want to be making, you have the option. Oh, I could send my kid to private school. I could send them to public school. I can change my mind whenever I want. Like, that is the real freedom that I think people overlook. When we talk about success, it's always like this beautiful fit woman with like great rack and a great butt. and she's got her big hat on and her bikini and her high heels, and she's on the beach and she's on the yachts, and you're like, wow. But like, that's amazing. That's a different level of freedom. But for a lot of us, we just want options.
Yeah.
Like, we want the resources to have options. So, what made you get into this specific company and like this area?
So I don't know if you guys see this. I have some coffee earrings
I
on.
do.
Yeah, I love coffee. And actually, ironically, I was working at Dutch Bros when I met my husband. He came through and got a coffee, and that's how we met.
Yep.
And 12 years later, we're together. But
That's
so
cute.
coffee's always been kind of like my meme, I guess. Like, I survive on coffee. Like, you don't want to talk to me before I have coffee because I'm not a nice person. Like, it's just what it is. You don't want to see with me without caffeine. So for us, like, caffeine has really been a big thing, and like we'll go on coffee dates and like all that. And about 5 years ago, 4 years ago, somewhere around there, I joined a company that had coffee, and it did a lot of what the same company I'm in now does. And I loved it. It worked for every single person. Well, long story short, we found out the company had an illegal drug in there, essentially, is what made it work, and wanted people to buy more. So, I mean, yes, it worked. It was amazing. So then they found out what was actually in it, and that was cut.
Yes.
And then Formula 2 came, and I lost all my customers because we spent a lot of time in the bathroom at that point. It did not work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, this isn't working. And ironically, a few leaders that were at the top of this company that I was a part of, they actually left because they're like, this isn't working. This isn't loyal. No one's making any money anymore. And the past 4 years, they were trying to recreate basically this coffee and with their own income, because they've been in network marketing for over 30 years. And so they had all this money saved up. They used their own income. They did it, but everything's all natural and it works. It tastes good. The other stuff tasted disgusting. You drank it anyways. But it was just like, it did more and it worked better and it was better for you. And I was like, and I heard that it came back. And because I had added them on Facebook years ago, and I was like, there's no way this came back. Let's just like nip it in the bud. Okay, I'm gonna try sample and then I'll have it out of my system. My husband tried it first, and I was in disbelief. I had come downstairs at 6 a.m. and he was like, "Oh, yeah, good morning, and the coffee works." I'm like, you need to relax. Like, did you mix this with normal coffee? Because you're not supposed to. And he did, but I was like, oh my goodness, you're over caffeinated right now. Give me an hour and then maybe I'll catch up.
I'll catch
So
up.
yeah, so I tried it, and that's what I was like, wow. And then we brought out another drink called the watermelon berry, and that actually got rid of all the bloat in my face, all the bloat in my stomach. I've lost over 13 pounds now, and I just feel better. I don't know, I function better. Like, I drink my coffee in the morning, watermelon berry in the afternoon. It gets me through the rest of the evening. I've helped, I think, close to 20 customers, new customers just this month.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're coming in. Like, one day I had like 4 or 5 sales, and it was just like a really good day. And it's just like something that I am feeling good about selling because I can back the products, but also helping other people feel the best and lose weight and sleep better. And they're like, where has this been? And you look at the ingredients and it's actually good for you. And that's even better. And I think one thing for me with the old company is I was nursing. So I actually couldn't take it. I was pregnant, then nursing. But even though I'm not pregnant or nursing this round, a lot of pregnant and nursing moms can take it because of how natural it is.
Oh, that's good. That's good
Yeah.
news. So
Yeah.
you said that it was the end of last year that you were like, okay, it's time. We're going all in on this. What got you to that point that you were like, it's time to like go full force?
Well, my husband's been being done with network marketing for like 5 years now. I think this is 5 or 6 years. And it's just like, you hear so many like snaky stories about like people just wanting the paycheck and not actually wanting to help you and dropping you. And I had experienced so much betrayal in network marketing. And I was just like, I know it can work. I just don't know how to do it. And I had all these pieces, right? I just didn't know how to put the pieces together. Little did I know God was saying it wasn't my time yet. So I was feeling very, very defeated by the end of the last year in December. And I was like, I have two options. I'm going to cut it, or I give myself a full year. And if I give myself this full year, then, and I'm making money, then I'm going to stick to it and I'm going to keep going. So essentially what happened was I only had a couple $100 in my bank account from my business. And I was like, I didn't even have money to hire you. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I was really feeling this push. My husband got me some scratchets for Christmas. And I was like, okay, God, if I win enough to pay you for your services and hire me as a coach, I'm going all in, or else it's not a sign. I won $250 on two scratches.
Oh, wow.
$200 on one, $50 on another. Yeah. I was like, and I had enough in my bank account to kind of accumulate, but all that. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is him telling me it's time. I guess I'm going to do that. And I had hired you without telling my husband. And I tell him everything, mind you. So one night, I think it was the next day, I still had it on my web browser, and he had asked me a question. He's like, look it up, my phone's dead. And I pulled it up and it said $500 receipt. And he was like, what's that? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, don't pretend like I didn't just do that. And I was like, I don't know what you're saying, like right now. And then had to come clean. And I was like, I was looking for the perfect time to tell you. And he's like, okay. So then I told him, and he wasn't like frustrated or anything, because I'd used like not money from our family, but he was just like, okay, like this is it though. Like I need it in writing kind of thing. Like this
Yeah.
is, so I went in and I haven't given up. I've had some slow weeks on my Instagram, but I mean, that's going to happen with network marketing up and down. But every month I've gotten better and better and more customers, and I'm evolving. I'm putting some systems into place right now. And it's cool coming, like just being like, deciding to go all in, and finally God was like, put in the final piece, and I have some help. And I think with every person that's actually running a business, they need some sort of help. And you've been such a blessing in my life, and it's just been really cool to see how far I've come and the growth that I have. And I'm actually even speaking, I went to our leadership retreat at our CEO's house last month, or whatever month ago or so. And then next month we have our regional retreat for our company, and I actually am speaking there as well.
It's amazing.
Yeah, or the CEO asked me to speak when I was at her house, and I was literally bawling. Like,
But yeah.
this is because we were writing our goals. The first thing I wrote, and I've had this on my heart for like over 9 years now, when I started network marketing, was to speak at a company event one day. And she had asked me about it. She started talking. I just started crying. She's like, okay, let's do this. You have shown me so much growth and just the person and leader you're becoming. And now that I'm even on the global leaderboard, she's like, you deserve this. Like, it's not even something that I'm just gifting you. Like, you've worked really hard to get where you're at, and you absolutely deserve that. And it was just like, that's so cool.
That is so cool. I'm super proud of you, and I'm so excited to hear all about it.
Yeah, I was just flabbergasted when she said that. So that's another win.
But you definitely do deserve it. Like, you have been working hard. Like, just in the few months that we've been working together, like, you come to the calls, you are ready to get coached, like, you're having breakthroughs all the time, you're implementing, like, you're an action taker. So of course you deserve it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my goodness, how exciting. I want you to tell me everything after it happens. And if you need
Okay.
help, like with your speech or whatever, that's what I'm here for.
All right, I'm gonna note that.
Note it. Note it. What do you think, like, are like working relationship, how do you think that has impacted like the last few months of your business and that we've been working together?
Um, a lot of times people in network marketing say go to your upline,
Mhm.
which I think your upline is great, especially if you join the right leader. My leader happens to be my sister-in-law, so she's phenomenal. But I think a lot of times they're helping all these other people, right? And like when you actually have someone who's specifically helping you, like they're actually going to you take the time and you listen. And I see you thinking as I'm telling you things, and you're able to like actually give me real feedback. And then I'll ask you a question. You're like, that's a bad idea. That's not a good idea. Or you're like, actually, that's a great idea. Or how about this? And it's actually like answers, right? It's not just like, well, what do you think is the best? I don't want that. I want you to say, hey, that's a terrible idea. No, you should not do that. Or yeah, that's actually phenomenal. And I'm just being serious. And like, and my sister-in-law does that in a way, but she also like does her business her way. And I'm trying to do my business my way, and getting feedback of someone who's actually very successful. You've been very successful since the past, like what, 2020 or even before that. Just having someone who knows what they're doing. And you've helped so many entrepreneurs. And since I'm not just doing like like network marketing, like the old way, like I'm bringing things into like a new way that a lot of people haven't done. And it's mainly like the leaders. I've never really been a true leader. So me trying to implement all these leader type things, I need someone who has done a lot of what I'm trying to implement into my business and make it make sense. So I think just being able to like ask you questions freely and know what you're going to say actually works. So that's been just like a huge blessing. Just someone to ask questions like, oh my goodness, this is happening. I need you to talk me through it.
Ah. What would you say has been the most like surprising thing that I have brought to the program that we do that you were like, I did not expect you to say that or do that or have this part of it?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think mainly when I was just like, hey, like all of my customers share this group with all these other customers from a few other of my business partners. You're like that's terrible. Like, yeah, I mean, it's great. It's really active. Like it gets the information to them, but like getting them in and like collecting their information and being able to like still come in contact, especially since a lot of them are coming from Instagram over to Facebook. Um, I needed a better system, and like having that now in place and taking your guidance and advice and implementing that, I've been able to stay in contact with them a lot better. And so like because that's just the way it was done. Again, you're going into network marketing, you're doing what your upline says. And while it works on a certain area, it's like, okay, well, we're not friends on Facebook, so that they can't see that it's in their spam. They're never going to see that.
Right.
So I think for me, just like being able to collect that information up front and being like, oh yeah, okay, this person is now, I have them outside. And like they always say, your list is everything and you own your list, because I mean, Facebook's shut down a few times, Instagram, all that. So it's like, if you don't have their email, phone number, anything like that, you can't actually contact them, and then you're losing that contact altogether.
Right. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. And it sounds like that new system that we strategized together has been working because you added four, did you say 14 people to your team or 14 customers this month?
I think it's 19. I'm triple checking here. I have added 18 customers this month.
That's amazing. And we're only at the 19th. So you've basically added a new person every day.
Well, and that was my first big goal. And that was also on my like goal chart, was like, I need to have, and I made it a bingo chart. I forgot to
Yes,
tell you.
from Momentum Mastery, I made the bingo, bingo
I
game.
made a big poster of a bingo chart, and like I shared it at the leadership retreat, and they're like, what's that? And I was like, look, it's a game. And they're like, that's so cool.
I love that. I love
And
that so much.
one of them was to get one customer a day. So like 30 customers essentially. And so I'm almost on track with that.
That is amazing. What's the
Yeah.
reward if you check it off?
Oh, I have a reward for the bingo, but not that one specifically. Probably to go get my hair done.
Yeah.
Like that, I love to get my hair done, and I haven't done it since our Vegas trip in September or December, so it's well overdue.
Ah, I love a little pampering, a little self-care moment. That
Yeah.
stuff makes me feel good.
Or I might go buy a new dress. I like that too.
I like that too. Maybe both.
And go out and be like, surprise, we're going
Surprise.
out.
We're going out. I love that. As soon as I get my hair done, I'm like, now I look like something. Take me out.
Right? Like, I don't want to wash it. Like, it's done today, so we're going out today. Like, that's what we're
People need to see me.
Yes. Exactly. I have arrived.
I have arrived. Oh my goodness. Yes, girl, look at you. So you joined the membership for the year
Mhm.
in January. How do you see like our working relationship shaping the future of your business for the rest of this year?
I think just like as I continue to grow, I'll obviously continue to ask you questions and be like, this is working or this isn't. And just like continuing that conversation and knowing that I'll have you available this whole year, and then just being able to celebrate because with you at the end of the year, because I already am almost at my goal that I had for the end of the summer, and summer hasn't even officially started yet.
Love it.
And just being able to like, I don't know, just step into the leader that I was supposed to be, and being able to guide a team and speak life into everyone that's in the company next month. And just like by the end of the year, being like, look, I surpassed my goal. Because at this rate, I will be surpassing my goal. And just being able to be like, look, I can stay home, I can make a full-time income, and I can help all these other moms do the same thing. And look at all these people that we're helping feel the best. And just like knowing that along the way, I'm going to be implementing new systems. So as I'm sleeping or as I'm at my daughter's dance class or whatever, like money is coming in where I don't have to be there. And right now it's me having to show up every day, and I'm okay with that. But like knowing by the end of the year, people are going to be coming in and joining me, and like customers enrolling without me even speaking to them is just going to be like, so I think that for me, that's a big one, is just like knowing that I can come to you and say, I need help with this. I need you to help me. And you're like, yeah, absolutely. Let's strategize. Let's talk about this. Let's do it this way. Or let's try this and let's try that and see which one works better. And just being able to like have you help me implement these things, because I have a lot of the information. It's just the final pieces of like how to do it is where I get lost. And that's why I've been failing so many years. But like it was just like a lot of me learning, and it wasn't my time yet. I wasn't ready to accept it yet either. I think for me, a lot of it was a fear of failure, but also a fear of success. And you don't hear people talk about that a lot, but it was a fear of success, because once I do have that success, what am I going to do with it?
Mm.
And how do I handle that? How do I even guide people? And for me, I've always been like, I have a leadership heart. But I have struggled with being bossy. And so learning how to not be bossy, but like be a good guidance and a good leader. And I think with the last 4 years specifically, I've really worked on personal development, and I've come into that, and I don't hear people say that I'm bossy anymore, which is really nice. I mean, you know, you have to be stern, but like, what's the difference between stern and bossy? There's like a really fine line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, I'm just so excited of you for you, and like proud of you for all the growth that you've experienced so far. And like it's a testament to the seed that you have planted, and now you have a tree that is fruit bearing.
yeah, I told my husband actually how much I had made every single month up until April. And he was just like, I was like, do you want me to quit network marketing now? And he was like, nope. He's like, absolutely not. I want you to continue what you're doing and do it better.
Yes. Oh, good. I was gonna ask, like, has he reflected back to that day where he saw the receipt and been like, I'm eating my words?
Yeah, he was just like, because I told him we had a call today, and oh, he's like, how's she doing? I know that, like, I don't know her, I never met her, but she seems to be helping you a lot. You just continue to talk to her.
You tell him I'm great. Thanks for asking. It's always so fun when the husbands start to be like, "Oh, Brittany, yes, talk to her."
You need to be working with her right now.
It's my favorite. I love the husbands. I love the husbands.
Yeah, I was really excited about it. And he's like, you're going out looking like that because like I have dangly earrings. I don't really wear them very often, necklace and all that. And he's like, I need you to dress up like that for me, not for your coach.
Well, hey,
I was like, look, I'm feeling good, so we're good.
yeah, I could probably work something out with you though.
I'll fit you into my calendar.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my
Okay, so
God.
like one of the last questions is for anybody that's watching or listening to this and they're thinking, these two are having so much fun. Michelle is getting so much success. Like, I want to work with Brittany too. What advice would you give them?
Do it right now, like yesterday. I mean, I I had been following you for a while and we had had some conversations and I just felt really led. There's all these coaches out there, right? And I've actually mom coached for a little bit, some clients back in the past. And knowing what you're wanting from a coach specifically, like if you need business, Brittany's the person. Like you have to know who you're hiring and you have to hear from the clients, I think is a big one because you can go to their page and be like, read all these testimonials, but it's like, are you actually hearing from these people or is it a bunch of BS essentially? And I mean, truthfully, so like knowing and like going, even stalking the clients' profiles, you're like, oh wow, they actually are making success. Like they are improving. And the missing key is hiring you. And so I think if anyone is even struggling, because I came from essentially in business rags to riches. Like, I mean, I'm not riches by any means, but like making no money and pretending that I was to actually leading and actually bringing in an income. So just having you and being able to turn to you when I have these questions and implement systems is a big thing. And like, how to do that. And I think that's a big one. So if you haven't hired Brittany, need help, do it right now, like yesterday.
Amazing. How can we find you, Michelle?
You can find me on my Facebook, Michelle Reed, or I'm also on Instagram, Cortisol Mom Coach. You can find me there, and those are my two main platforms that I'm on all the time.
Amazing. I cannot thank you enough for jumping on here with me and sharing your story and our little bit of our story so far, and just like pouring into people and being the leader and like amazing mom and woman that you are. Just thank you for shining your light on us today.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, me too. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, my friends. Michelle will share her links in the comments and I will have them in the show notes when we go podcast version. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day and I will see you all later. Bye.